Okay. NJ and Color fam, we are back. We are back. It's been so long. My name is Tevra Francis, and I am the founder, publisher of njandcolor.com. We are getting ready to have a great conversation about Black business, funding and access to capital, all of the good things. But I just want to give you guys a big, just warm hug from me. It's been a long time. I hope you're enjoying your summer. Shout out to everybody in Bergen County, Hudson County, Essex County, Passaic County, Morris County, all of my New Jersey people. Thank you so much for your support. I see you everywhere I go across the North Jersey region, and our numbers are getting stronger. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are taking to the page, even when I'm semi inactive for the summer. You guys are still are taking in the information, attending events that are hosted by various groups, and still supporting. So I'm so happy you guys are still in the game with me, and I really appreciate your love and support over these past, gosh, almost 5 years. I need to be counting up how long I've been doing this, but thank you so much for everything. A couple of quick updates. So, as you know, every year we do the school supplies drive, where all of us, the whole entire community, we're able to collectively pull together and give back to those students who need assistance for the new school year. So we're back on for year 5 of this, community project, and our link is available now. If you go to the link in my bio on Instagram and wherever else, you'll see that link. The formal announcement and flyer with all of the details will be going out shortly. But just so you guys know that information is out, you can support through Amazon. We have an event coming up where we can all come together and have fun for the end of the summer and bring school supplies to help out the kids. But this year we are going to continue with this tradition. So we are assisting with the Never Alone Again Resource Center. We're assisting with Greater Bergen Action Community Action, Sophia, which is a domestic violence advocacy group in Montclair, and a few others. So please just chip in where you can. You'll see more details coming soon. So with that, let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here. So we are talking with Reverend Gregory J. Jackson. If you're in Bergen County, you know him. If you're in New Jersey, you know him already. He is pastor emeritus of Mount Olive Baptist Church of Hackensack. He was 37 years as the senior pastor there. And we all know about Mount Olive and the Logan Center and all the great things they have done and are continuing to do for Bergen County and for New Jersey as a whole. So we are going to be talking with him about our upcoming event called the Black Business Connect. I am connecting with and partnering with First Bergen Federal Credit Union, and also in Hackensack, to just share information and resources. So we're going to talk to, and I'm going to bring him on right now. Reverend Jackson, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Thank you
great. So
for
I was just
allowing
giving
me in
you
this
a
space.
quick intro. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. So welcome to NJ in Color Live. Thank you for bringing us back.
Thank you for this allowing me to be here today.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. The reason why we're talking with you today is because we're talking about finance for Black businesses, access to banking and better banking practices. We're talking about all things finance for the community, but we want to go backwards a little bit. I just mentioned to the group that you were, you currently are pastor emeritus of Mount Olive Baptist Church in Hackensack, New Jersey, where you were 37 years as a senior pastor there. You led global missions around the world, fighting poverty. You've done so much for Bergen County and for the state of New Jersey. So I want you to tell us about your journey from senior pastor to pastor emeritus to now you are the chairman of First Bergen Federal Credit Union. I want you to just show us that journey for you.
Well, thank you very much for that intro. As you mentioned, I was pastor of Mount Olive for 37 years. And during that time, I became a part of the board in 2009. In fact, I was the first member of the credit union with my great deposit at that time, probably of about $50 in 2009. And then I served on the board all of those years, never imagining that I'd ever be chairman of the board. but I believe in what the credit union does, and so I've been participating all those years.
From $50, a $50 deposit to now chairman of the board, only
Yes.
in America.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And by now I probably have like $200, so it's not like I'm a millionaire at this point either.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that part, but okay, I'll let you. I'll let you rock with that. But okay, good. So from there, so you said that the mission of the credit union is what brought you to it. So tell us more about what First Bergen is about. I know they're committed to, like the background says, reducing poverty in communities and changing lives. And I myself have seen the difference that they make, and along with Greater Bergen Community Action. But I want you to tell us more about their role here in this area and what they mean to North Jersey.
Well, first of all, we are a minority depository, which means that our board of directors is very diverse. Our staff is very diverse, and we are chartered to serve, the low income, underserved, and unserved people in our communities. People can join our credit union with as little as $5, and essentially we have no fees. And so it makes a difference. Sometimes people don't understand how many fees they're paying at banks and other financial institutions. But if you're starting out with little, that 100 or that $10 a month or that $5 a month in fees makes a great deal of difference over
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you can, you don't have a lot of money. Some of our members have a lot of money, so don't misunderstand me. So, but most of our members, or we are chartered to serve at least 51% of our members should be, the underserved or unserved people in our communities, that may not have a lot of money, but
Mm-hmm.
they have our respect. And when they walk in our doors, even though they might have $5, we treat them like they got a million.
And you know what? A lot of times that alone it makes all the difference. So we're talking about the importance of access. In Bergen County, in particular, we have a real problem with a significant wealth gap. And
Yes.
so, can you speak to that as far as how your work as as a pastor and as a leader in the community, and now as the chairman of this board, how are you working to address that large chasm between the haves and have-nots here in Bergen
Well,
County?
just having access to capital. I think this started in my mind. I didn't even know it at the time when we tried to build a family life center, or we built a family life center at Mount Olive Church when I was there,
Mhm.
and we had $2 million in the bank, and no bank in Bergen County would give us a loan to build the Logan Center, which cost us a little over $5 million.
The Logan Center is
That
great.
did not sit well with me. We ended up having to go get bonds in order to build the Family Life Center, and so we paid the mortgage for a number of years, and then finally, one of the local banks gave us a loan after a number of years of bonding the building.
Hmm.
Uh, and so there's no secret that we have a wealth gap in our country, and certainly in Bergen County. So we wanted to, step into the mix of things and provide access to people who have not been served or underserved over the years. And so that's what we're trying to do right now. We're a small credit union. We don't have a lot of money. We're about 10 million or so. But what we have, we want to offer it to people who are underserved, and hopefully we will grow. We're 10 million now. Hopefully in the next few years we'll be 20, 50, or 100 million. So as we grow, we can also grow in terms of offering various services to our community.
One of the things I'm not the best with finances. My husband can tell you about that. But one of the things I do know is that traditionally, you're just referencing how when you were ready to build the Logan Center, how it was hard for you to get funding and a loan from a bank, and that's always been the appeal of the credit union, the neighborhood credit union, because if you need a car, if you need a house, sometimes it's harder to get funding from, like, say, the larger mainstream banking institutions. So can you talk about the appeal if I'm just a person that wants to put a little bit of money somewhere, why should I choose a credit union over a larger known bank?
Well, you should choose a credit union, number one, because we're local. You can walk into our doors. Whatever monies are that you deposit usually will be reinvested in the local community.
Mm-hmm.
When you deposit money into a credit union, you become a member of the credit union. So at an annual meeting, you get to come in and state your opinion and voice your concerns about how the credit union is being run. 99% of the I don't know of a bank president, to be honest with you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
72 years old. I don't know of any bank president in anywhere. But I do know of at least one chairman of the board, and that's me, of this credit union, and many people know me. So you have access not only to, you have access, first of all, to the people, then you have access to the
Mm-hmm.
capital.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we grow our credit union, hopefully, probably somebody listening to me right now, some younger person, or will be on the board and will. Also, our staff is very diverse in terms of age and race and gender. So that's who we are. And credit unions that I mentioned earlier, have a lot of fees historically, and normally, people want two things when they come into a bank. They want high return on their investment, and they
Mm-hmm.
want cheap loans.
Yes.
So as you look out among the various financial institutions, you'll find that we're very competitive in terms of our investment as well as our loan portfolio.
Awesome. Okay, so let me put this disclaimer, not disclaimer, but this is sponsored by um, First Bergen because we are collaborating on this event, which we're going to talk about right now. I just want you guys to know that there are many financial institutions. This is one of many. You feel free to choose. It's not an endorsement from NJ and Color. Just I like Reverend Jackson, so I'm gonna stick beside him.
Great.
And so, okay, so let's go forward into the Black Business Connect. So we are having this event. It is presented by First Bergen Federal Credit Union, but it's more of a community effort than a one man show. Can you talk about this event? It's on Thursday, July 27th at 5:30 p.m. for Black businesses. And go, tell us about it.
Yes, this is really our initial effort of reaching the African American community in terms of small businesses. We know that there's many small, far more than I even knew when we started this out there, and there are persons who are trying to start businesses also. And so this is our effort to um offer small business loans. We'll be offering small business loans up to 49,900 at a very competitive rate, and we'll also be offering a line of credit to nonprofits as well as African American businesses as well. And whenever there's a financial desert in the community, and there's a lot of banks in Bergen County, but sometimes it's still a financial desert when it comes to low income and African American and Latino and other persons of color. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're trying to step into that gap and provide the necessary resources to help to grow our businesses and consequently to close that racial wealth gap that
Mm-hmm.
exists in our communities.
Good. So we're talking about closing the gap, about the financial desert. So there's also like resource deserts. I don't know if that's a term, but it's a term today, right?
Yes.
Because lots of lots of communities have access to either self-funded, accessibility, or their groups come together, to boost each other up.
Yeah.
Um, and in many ways, the African American, Black community in particular, we lag behind, right? So by bringing resources to the certain areas, either geographically or just demographically, we're able to hopefully make a difference and bridge a gap
Yes.
and show our community and our business owners that they're not alone in trying to stay afloat, because we have lost a lot of businesses over the past 5 years. And we just want to make sure that we all survive, me included. I'm a business owner as well. And, depending on who you ask, a lot of us are not thriving like you would hope. have hoped when you started the business. So
Right.
um, we just want to make sure that everybody understands why this came about. And I'll say personally, Reverend Jackson, you came to me like months ago, probably a year ago, and mentioned something like this, and I was just like, okay, like I didn't know how I could help or if that's something that could be done, but you and your team have really pushed to get this done, and I really do commend you for all the work that has gone into it thus far. And we haven't even gotten to the event yet. So let's talk
Thank you.
about some of the features that are going to be at this event on July 27th.
Well, our keynote speaker will be uh, Burnell Hall, and he's going to be talking to us about theory of change,
Mm-hmm.
steps to eradicating the racial wealth gap.
Mm-hmm.
We will have on hand also not only him, but we'll have persons from Small Business Administration.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have people from SCORE, because sometimes people are in business, but they need mentorship and to help them to grow the business and to survive. Somewhere I read statistics like 40% of the African American businesses in the United States did not survive COVID. I don't know exactly what the statistics may be in Bergen County, but I'm sure
They're pretty
probably it will
high.
be
We
somewhere.
did an official toll. It we're still losing people. Like I'm
Yeah,
really wanting all of our business owners to like hang in there, but it's
right,
easier said than done. So we
right.
lost a lot of businesses, a
Yeah.
lot of great businesses in these
So,
past few years. Yeah.
so we have that. We have local chamber of commerce. We have, the just several wonderful organizations that will network and tables where people can go and talk to people about their business and help them to get their business hopefully more stable. So we'll come along also. I did not mention that also. One of the things that we have as a credit union is a financial literacy program, which is pretty much self-directed, and it is also uh, focused on low income, underserved, and unserved people as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful asset. You can look at some of it on our website. Our website is firstbergen.com, and that is the number one ST, not the word, firstbergen.com. And so there's so much for all of us to learn related to finances. I am not a banker. I am a retired pastor, and I am still learning and growing. And I just think that I believe in what we do. We have a wonderful learning kind of situation here at First Bergen. And the more members we can get, people who bring their resources, we can help to grow business as we grow and as businesses grow. We want you to be a part of us, and we can grow together and make significant changes in closing that racial wealth gap that exists in our communities.
Awesome, awesome. And so, just to reiterate, some of the other resources that are going to be there: SCORE, which is a mentorship program offered by the Small Business Administration. The New Jersey Small Business Development Center is going to be there. Hackensack Regional Chamber of Commerce is going to be there. Downtown Hackensack Main Street Business Alliance will be there. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority will be there, and our speaker Burnell Hall, um, First Bergen Federal Credit Union, and I will be there too with NJ in Color, and we will be signing people up for our business directory on site. So I'm looking forward to joining everyone there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, Reverend Jackson. So, do you have? We have a few more minutes. Do you have a few words for a business owner who is currently struggling? Like, what? I mean, we're gonna put on your pastor hat now. What words of encouragement do you have to somebody who is really trying to just maintain right now?
I would say certainly access to capital, but not only that, but networking and meeting new people. I think that's one of the values too of what we're trying to do on next Thursday on the 27th. Is you never know who you're going to meet, and just talking to other business owners and sharing what they went through, you
Mm-hmm.
can learn so much. As well as those groups that we brought there and helping to get your business kind of organized. But perhaps sometimes our businesses are not organized as they should be, and you might be able to get some resources there as
Mm-hmm.
well. And so, I just think that this just coming together and learning from one another and growing from one another is a
Mm-hmm.
real blessing. Hang in there. Better days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I know there's better days ahead because we're here to hold each other's hands. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot promise you that everybody that comes will get a loan. We're in business of making good loans,
Mm-hmm.
but I can promise you that you will be welcome into our office or welcome into our space.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any way that we can, we'll make sure that that happens.
Awesome. I think, one of the draws for this event is that there's going to be, you know, again, access. You can shake hands with people who would be making decisions on your behalf. You can make an appointment to sit with a banker in the coming days and weeks so that you can go over your financials and see what is best for you. This is what we mean when we say that access is important. You need to be able to have somebody's business card to give them a call and say, hey, I have a question about this program, like what does this mean, or all of those things where you would it would be overwhelming. You don't know who to call, you don't know who works where, or if they would be accessible to you. This is where you make those connections. This is where you actually go and shake hands or fist bump, because we're still minding our
Mm-hmm.
terms, and
Right.
get to know the people who are in the local credit union or in the mentorship program or in the Chamber of Commerce, so that you can get to have build a network of your own, so that you can access that network when you need to. Just like how I believe the first time you and I met, it was at an event. This was BC, before COVID. at
Mm-hmm.
at They had an event at the Bergen County Administrative uh, offices or whatever, and you were there, and I explained what I was doing, and this was back in the day, to you, and you got it. Like, you kind of got it. Like, every time, it's kind of a mixed bag as to whether people get it or not, but you got what I was saying. And so just the simple fact of just reaching out and making the connection, it always stuck with me. So when it came back around and you were wanting to do this and other programs now, it always stuck with me that he made the effort to understand what I was doing. So I think for business owners, that's important as well, because a lot of times we feel like we're not being heard or not being understood. And so being in the room or in the park where other people are on the same wavelength, they're looking to make connections, they're looking to get resources, but they're also looking to connect with you and to help you, as they help themselves. I think that's a huge deal. So
There's power in togetherness, just coming together collectively. We are far more collectively than we are individually. And so we have similar struggles, but we also have, some resources. We're 10 million, but collectively, my goodness, we're probably, 100 million or
yeah.
more. And we're scattered in terms of where our resources are.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a banker, as I said, but I am for helping people to grow
Mm-hmm.
and to become all they can become.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very comfortable and confident in our staff and those people who are far more knowledgeable about banking and those kind of things than I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I respect them all, and I know and I trust their expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And also beyond that, all of our monies are insured up to $250,000, just like in a
Awesome.
bank. So you can feel comfortable and safe. Take a look at our website, firstbergen.com, number one, ST,
Mm-hmm.
bergen.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see many of our services and resources. So we have online banking like other platforms. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody on July 27th at 5:30.
Yes. Okay, so we have a few comments. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Access to capital is essential. Yes, it is. We can narrow the gap through education. At the same time, individuals must implement what they learn about financial literacy and understanding. I can't read, y'all. Let me start that over. Learn how to read, number one. Okay. Learn about financial literacy and understanders of wealth building strategies.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you, First Bergen Federal Credit Union and NJ and Color for this information. Black Business Connect. Thank you. Excellent conversation. Thanks. Financial literacy is important and a wonderful way to begin closing the wealth gap in our communities. Thank you. So, yeah, like I said, this was all Reverend Jackson's idea because he's been on this for about a year plus now. And I'm so glad that it's coming to fruition. We just pray that the weather holds up on this
Yes.
rainy summer.
And
This
we're
is like the
praying that the
rainiest
weather will
summer.
hold up.
But rain or shine, we have tents. So come out there and bring your business cards. Be willing to shake some hands and meet new people. You have to come out of your shell. And like they always say, a closed mouth don't get fed. So let's just come out there and bring our best foot forward. Reverend Jackson, do you have any final closing thoughts?
Just that it's certainly more than my idea. It's the board of directors' idea, as well as the small committee that composed you and others that really has made this thing uh, more than I even ever imagined. And I'm grateful for your help and being here, as well as all the other persons that serve on our committee. And my job now is to pray for good weather.
Yes.
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay, great. Well, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody at First Bergen Federal Credit Union, to Andrea, is it Borgia? Andrea
Yes.
Borgia, Cynthia, Cindy
Yes.
Aron. I'm
Yes.
jacking up everybody's name, but you guys, hey, everybody, Carithia Oates of the Bergen County Black Business Network,
Yes.
and all of the NJ and Color fam. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Now, this video will be available on our Facebook page, on our uh, business network page or group on Facebook, and also on YouTube. So you can share the link, send it to whoever you want to see this information, but also make sure that they register. It's a free event. They can sign up at the link below, bit.ly.blackbizconnect. Sign up, or just come out. We would prefer that you sign up first so we can kind of have some things prepared in advance. But if you just want to come out, if you're on your way home from work and you want to stop by, feel free to come on and see us. We will be at Atlanta Street Park in Hackensack, behind Hackensack Performing Arts Center. It's right behind the
I think
theater
it's
right
102 State Street.
Yeah, it's right there.
In Hackensack.
So if anything, you guys know where to find me at NJ and Color on all platforms. You can email me at publisher@NJ and Color if you have questions. Reverend Jackson, do you have a contact that they can use as well?
They can just contact me at First Bergen Credit Union.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you guys for all watching. And remember to connect with, I always about jack up my own tagline. But anyway, one more thing. Like I said, our school supplies drive is starting now. We have the link available for Amazon. The ephemeral announcement will be coming out soon. We have something coming in August. Stay tuned for that. And thank you for connecting with NJ in Color as we connect you to the diversity of North Jersey. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Reverend Jackson.
Thank you. All right.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.